Morning, Tzaneen. I apologize for the late arrival this morning. We worked a bit yesterday, so sorry. I was going to look, on weekends, on Saturdays and Sundays, we're only going to have one show, right? So I was going to do the afternoon drive at like 4 o'clock, but then I was talking to a friend of mine, and seems my wife agreed that it would be better to do this in the mornings, so that I can show you guys what town looks like, and for those people who want to know which shops are open and how busy the shops are. So I just want to get one other thing out of the way before we get some more people. You know, always have one or two that want to get anal about stuff. So just so that you know, see, I have a whole bunch of these masks, and I don't wear them when I'm sorry, when I'm sitting inside any of the vehicles, for the obvious reason that it's just me. So when I get out of the vehicle, I have these, and then we're cool, right? So Joe's not going to get any funny business going on. And I also have my trusty mobile hand sanitizer always with me, and some gloves. So put you guys at ease when I'm in the vehicle. Have you ever tried driving? Like, I want to ask Dion van Tonde and Isak and Zak and those guys, like, what does it feel like? Hey, good morning, good morning. What does it feel like when you drive, and how do you guys cope? Because I tried doing it with these bloody gloves, and it's so uncomfortable, like it moves everywhere. Right, so I'm going to start by Sugarloaf. You guys can see they are open. All the sugar stores are open. I mean, the sugar stores are like your go-to place, right? When you need to get any essentials, or, you know, you can even do your monthly shopping there. I do. Not only are they cheaper, but you get those cool points, you know, your rewards. So I know of people that have built up 8,000 rands worth of points. I mean, come on, that's like getting your shopping for 2 or 3 months for free, right? So I'm going to switch back to the front view now, and also because today's show is me in the good old Ford Ranger Beast, yeah. Hey, good morning, what's up? Hey, how's it? I'm going to play some music as well, because, yeah, who cares, right? So we'll sort out the copyright issues with Sony later on YouTube. I'm going to switch over to the front view, and then we'll show you guys all the shops that are open, and yeah, hope you guys are having a good weekend so far. Oh, also, a very, very good friend of mine's wife has her birthday today. So Lorette van Vieren. Ja nee, kom my brein nou sterk deur daar, né? So Lorette is Darren van Pest Control Specialist Tzaneen. It's his wife. Darren plays in the band with me, and we're very good friends. So happy birthday to you. Okay, for those of you who need to do some shopping, this is Sugarloaf. It's relatively busy, but there's a lot of parking here, and they've got the social distancing going, and they've got the canine security guy there at the front of the entrance that's sanitizing all the baskets and the handles of the trolleys and all the people that's going in. If you need to get anything else except smokes, of course, you can get to Sugarloaf. Come fill up here at the Sassel right next to Sugarloaf. It's not very busy, and for a change, there you can see the parking lot better. For a change, it's not busy, not because nobody's in town and gone away on holiday, but it's not busy because everyone's actually at home. Yeah. And happy Easter in any case. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream of the Good Friday message yesterday. I'm going to try and do that every Sunday. You guys, a bit of a message for those who need some motivation and some upliftment. Alright, so that was Sugarloaf, Sassel. Like, there's a... Oh, now that I hear Jacaranda, right, so one of the guys told me that Martin Bester actually spoke about the Daily Drive with Joe show on Jacaranda last week, which is quite ironic considering that it was a setup by my wife, because she knows that Martin and I would have very nice conversations, and so she was hoping that he would give me a call, which he didn't. So anyway, yeah, so the show's going places, guys. I looked at our reach this morning. We're on 1.6 million people. Do you guys know what that means? 1.6 million people know about Tzaneen. 1.6 million people have seen Tzaneen streets. They've seen every part of Tzaneen that you guys have seen. They've seen the neighborhoods, they've seen the business area, they've seen the struggles we've had, they've seen the disgusting mess at the bottom here. So, right, so let's go down to Boxer, where Boxer and Superspar, where there's normally lots of people. And like I said, I think it would be very unfair to blame the extension of the lockdown on one specific factor. You can't say it's because there were so many people out in the streets, and it's unfair. Look, it's the best thing that the government could have done. I just think that they jumped the gun a little bit, and I think that they didn't look. Ramaphosa, I think, is trying to make the right decisions, but he's surrounded by a bunch of people who don't know. Right? So Ramaphosa's got the vision. Quite obviously, he knows what needs to be done. The problem is that he's surrounded by a bunch of pooples who don't really know what needs to be done. So if the opposition party could come up with a bunch of funds and maybe coerce him to move over to their side, I think we would be in a better position. Anyway, so whenever I spend money on nonsense like books or comic books, I always think to myself, or I comfort myself in the fact that it could have been drugs, right? So when we look at the state of our country at the moment and we look at the ruling party, I think that we should comfort ourselves in the fact that it could have been Julius. Okay, so at least it's not him. See, in the daytime, look at what I was talking about. Look at this nonsense. Look here. Is this any way that we want to show 1.6 million people about our town? Is this what we are showing 1.6 million viewers? Look at Tzaneen. Come and spend your money in Tzaneen. Come and invest here. Come and do business with us. We live in a shithole. Okay? Basically. I don't think this is the way we want to go, guys. I know that our municipal manager is watching as well, and I know that he's going to be working on a plan to sort this out. This is Boxer. There's not a lot of people here. I see Mariette asked that we go to Venbeck. I'll go and make a turn by Venbeck too. Moenie worry nie, Mariette. Hierdie Ford Ranger gaan Venbeck toe ook gaan, hoor. Okay. So Boxer pretty much quiet. I see people up there by Spa. They are actually starting to move in by Spa. Not so much though. And then here we have arguably one of the most disgusting places I've ever seen in my entire life. Look at this mess. And I get so tired. You know what? I'm tired of defending my way of life. I'm tired of defending the fact that I grew up in a place that was clean and that was well run. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of the fact that I grew up in a place where we had laws and everyone stuck to them. And now all of a sudden, to be politically correct, I need to agree with this horse shit. This stuff that I see here, I must agree with it. I don't want to. And you know what, I'm a citizen, I pay my taxes, and I don't want to live in a place like this. So why must I be dictated to by the people who don't pay taxes? Why? Because they're the majority? I don't think so. I really don't. As a tax-paying member of this society, as Joe Public, I don't want this nonsense that I see here on the left. I don't want this. I don't want the holes in my streets. I don't want all this abortion and penis enlargement posters all over every single pillar in my community, in my shopping centers. I don't want that. Thank you, Marius. Okay, so Marius now, who's one of our top fans, he just informed us of a Coke truck that has lost its load on the R71 towards Venbeck, and there might be some delays there, but hey, it's a story. I think it's a newsworthy story, so maybe we'll go check that out. Let's see if there's lots of looters there as well. Let's first enter the independent state of Claude Wheatley. Let's have a look at how the residents of this neighboring community, neighboring state, how they're handling Saturday over Easter. Well, taxi drivers are out in full force again. Shopping centers are going to be busy. I do see that most guys are being safe. They are using masks. It's going to be a quick drive today, guys. Okay. Let's have some music while we head over to Venbeck. Should I drive through the parking lot quick? Alright, not my type of music, but I know that you guys will enjoy this. So this is Tzaneen Mall. Craig, the moment you get to Tzaneen, brother, come have coffee at the Bulletin offices. I'll send you a pin location. I promise you I have great coffee and even better company. Right, so here we have the people trying to park, because you know what, this the shopping center is busy this morning, guys. It's quite concerning to me. But remember I told you last week, I said, listen guys, if you want to check out how people, or if you want to test your driving skills, right, take a vehicle and come and try and park here when it's busy. Like really, it's like, that's why everybody parks on the other side by game, because it's just easier. Alright, back to the music, which make your morning a bit better. Doesn't it feel like we're all like at some house party, like back in the 90s? We had these house parties that our parents didn't know about. Okay, to music. Alright, I'm going to go up Donnie Ubar Street. I see a lot of vehicles here and pedestrian traffic. Let's see what that's about. I don't know if people are lining up by the ATMs maybe. I know this Roots butchery is open. The pharmacy I see is open too. But there's a lot going on, guys. Does this look like a lockdown to you? Does it look like a lockdown? Doesn't look like a lockdown to me. I forgot to say how's it to Jock from Crusader Technologies. So Jock de Beer from Crusader Technologies, him and Sally are good friends of mine, very good friends of the Bulletin too, and they've got the most interesting tech at their little store. I'll drive past there just now. If you are concerned about security at your house, and you've got a bit of a tight budget, the guys to speak to, I'll show you their shop now, is Crusader Technologies. And you just go in there, you speak to Jock, speak to Sally. They can make your arrangements for you. They've got some really nifty gear there. Sometimes when you walk out of there, you feel like kind of spy-ish, right? Like James Bond-ish. So on the way back, I'll drive past there quick and show you where their shop is. And then go and see them when the lockdown's over. And they can help you out with really tailor-made security solutions for your company or your house. Okay, we're approaching the lifestyle center. Môre Marius, môre Mani, môre Lazan, hallo Jula. I can't see the rest of you guys there. The glare is intense here. Right, so we have a lot of traffic here. Look at this. I'm going to go lifestyle quickly, then I'll go on the R71, see if we can see that Coke truck. Maybe there's some guys looting, you know, because Coca-Cola, unlike cigarettes, Coca-Cola definitely does count as an essential item, which you can buy at all your stores. As long as you don't smoke, everyone will be happy. Okay, so let's go look at lifestyle, look at food lovers, see if there's a lot of movement here. It does look like there is. So have a look at the queues. So if there are any of you that want to come into town, nip into town like what I have to just now to get a few things that you've run out of, let's have a look at the queues. Alright, so there are no queues at Checkers, guys. If you need to get your essentials, Checkers doesn't seem busy at all. We saw Sugarloaf. Queues are moving really, really quickly. It feels like I'm a commentator at some rugby or cricket match. But yeah, I'm going to turn the camera this way, then you can see as we drive. There's not a lot of people here. I see Van Heerden's is open, and the ATMs are operational as well. There's a lot of parking there. It looks busier than what it is. I think it looks busier even on the camera. And security's out. Alright, okay, so Food Lovers is open too. And so guys, if you need to head on into town, I think Lifestyle is a good bet if you need to get something going for the weekend, if you've forgotten most of your essentials. Well, come on, guys, Briarwood is an essential. If Coca-Cola and a chocolate, a bar one, if those are essential items and cigarettes are not essential items, then surely Briarwood, charcoal, Blitz, that must be essential too. Hell, while you're here, why don't you go shop for some new shoes? Those could be essential items too. You know, grab a 2-liter Coke and some braai out, some paraffin, because you can't buy Klipdrift. Some paraffin going. Speaking of which, right, I've seen the most amazing things online. There's a group started by a friend of mine. It's called Gridlocked. I'll post the description just now. Go check that out, because those guys are coming up with innovative ideas, right? So they're showing each other how to brew your own moonshine. And what happens when your smokes run out? You can take tea leaves and whatever. So that's very entertaining. You should go over there. I'll post a link in the description. Right, so we've seen Lifestyle now. I think you would be safe to come and make a quick trip here. Send the missus maybe, because I think cabin fever might be getting to a bunch of people, especially our more feminine counterparts. I think send them out and have a bit of a natter, the girls. Okay, I'm gonna maybe, you know what, we're gonna go through a roadblock now as well. Let's have a look at the roadblocks on the way to Venbeck, see how operational they are, and then we can maybe maybe we'll run into our essential delivery vehicle from Coca-Cola. Did you guys enjoy your digital copy of your award-winning independent newspaper this morning? Because we enjoyed bringing it to you. I promise you guys, from next week we will have our regular news features again. Try and steer away from too much coronavirus stuff. I believe, and this is my personal opinion, that we've become desensitized by the amount of exposure that the coronavirus has received in the media. And I've been guilty of that too, so I apologize. I'll try and only bring you the important bits and stick to some interesting reading too. You've noticed last week, or during the week, between Monday and Friday, I have the daily show with Joe, the daily drive with Joe. We do that too. Twice a day, every day, and it's sponsored by the BB Motor Group in Tzaneen. So because of them, you guys stay informed every day. We're approaching this major roadblock here, guys, on the R71 as you head out of Tzaneen towards Letsitele side, towards Venbeck side. They're stopping taxis. Brilliant, brilliant. Thanks, guys. Thank you. That taxi driver is just getting a massive talking to. I don't know if you guys could see that. I think I drove through there too fast. I have not yet been stopped by a roadblock since I've started the drive show, but I have seen them stop taxis, especially on busier days like today. So that's good. It's promising. Okay, so we're heading towards Venbeck on the R71. Let's hope the signal holds. I see a whole bunch of smiley, laughy faces going on here, but I don't know what you guys are laughing and smiling about because I can't read and drive. I just see all these little hearts and smiley and laughing and whatever going on here. So I hope that you guys are enjoying these outings because it feels like I'm driving a school bus. No, not a school bus. It feels like one of those party buses, but those double-decker ones, but without the dop. Okay, so similar. Okay, and we're approaching Venbeck. Let's see if we can see that essential services Coca-Cola truck. Ah, I see it. Yes, and I see that our local security is on the ball, preventing guys from shooting, getting their urgent medical supplies. I'm going to drive slowly here. I'll turn the camera a bit this way so you guys can see the scene. We've got Zak here. You like it, brother? Lekker. Wat het hier gebeur? Ek sien ons het het hy bietjie te vinnig hier so om die draai gegaan, die mannetjie.
Ja, ek dink vir jou.
Zak, jy doen 'n amazing job, man.
Ja, ons is besig.
Ek hoor.
Nee, iemand moet dit doen, Joe.
Guys, I'm talking.
Dit is net altyd kry ons nie erkenning daarvoor.
Ja. Ek praat net eens met Zak van Sonko, julle. Ek gaan sy nommer hierso post onder hierdie video. As julle in die moeilikheid is, hier's die ou om te bel.
Joe, sien vir jou.
Cheers, Zak. Ja, Mariet, ek weet. Ek kan jou hoor. Dis asof jy hier so sit in hierdie kar, in die voertuig op die sitplek langs my. Ek kan jou net hoor. Okay. Okay, guys, let's see what Venbeck looks like. I believe that they would be very busy today. Yep, Venbeck's quite busy. If you guys do need to stock up on your supplies for the weekend, your essentials you can get here at wholesale. Well, they are a wholesaler. Oh my word. That woman just walked past, and from a distance she's got one of the black face masks, and I just thought to myself, has that woman got a beard? Right, because she looked a bit like the female version of Joe Black. Okay, Venbeck is quite busy. I need to make a turn around here, but parking lot's full. There's a lot of people here. Let me turn and go out again. Whenever I drive in this area, I remember Jacques Mayberg. He was a very close friend of mine. And I wonder what he would have had to say about this COVID-19 pandemic. He sadly passed away from cancer last year. Lost quite a few friends last year, really. It was quite a rough year. Right, so that was Venbeck, Lifestyle Center, Sugarloaf. Where would you guys like to go? Oh, wait a minute, you know what we should do? We should go and check out that hole in the wall there at the Crossings taxi rank. Yeah, what's happening at the hole in the wall? Let's go and have a look. There's old Zuck again, controlling the chaos here. You know that Zuck and Isak and Dion, Mariette, they are like the guardian angels, really. They're always around, they're always watching, they're keeping everyone safe. I have an interview with my good friend Dion. Dion is a local paramedic here, and I would like to, him and I, we always meet each other on, at accident scenes or at the most odd places, right? So I think it would be very interesting if he could be one of the guests on next week's show. And I would like to ask him stuff like, how many people's lives have you saved? I don't know if you guys read the article on page 3 today. I listed the salaries of all the ministers in our parliament. There's 400 members of our National Assembly. I listed all of their salaries. Did you know that the average surgeon, general surgeon in South Africa, earns less than half of a senior minister of our cabinet? So, do you see the irony there? The one guy gets paid to save lives, and the one gets paid to talk a whole lot of bullshit. I'm going to drive past Fairview, we'll go over the Nelson Mandela Bridge, and then we'll make our way to that hole in the wall, and then Sugar Hill, and then I'll bid you farewell. So the reason I mentioned the salaries now, talking about it, is because Dion saves lives. So who's looking after Dion during this pandemic? Have you guys thought about that? Who's looking after him? Who's looking after Mariette? Who's looking after Zak, Isak, Eugene? Because whenever you need help, those are the people that are there without even asking. You can phone them at 1 o'clock in the morning, they'll wake up, suit up, and they'll come and save your freaking life. And the majority of us, most likely, take home a little bit more than those guys. And what do? Well, I think it's time that we need to reflect on that. I think it's time that we need to realize that these unsung heroes in our community need help too. And I think that we must take note of that fact, and we must be aware that when you're in trouble, those are the guys, no matter, you know, doctors here in Tzaneen get a lot of flack from a lot of people, right? I remember that there's a doctor here in this town, and he's an older guy, and him and I, right at the beginning, after my predecessor died and I took over the role of the Bulletin, him and I kind of had a bit of a tiff, right? A public little fallout every week. And we made it known to each other that we don't really sit around the same campfire. And then my son fell off the swing and he broke his arm. And I rushed him to the doctor. And who was there to help me? That very same doctor. And you know what? He helped me as if we never met. And there's no grudges. And we forget about this, right? We give these doctors a lot of crap and you swear at them and you guys get upset and the tempers flare and they still save your life. I think that's applaudable, and I think that those are the people who deserve to live comfortable lives. I think those are the people who deserve us as a community to support them and protect them, because if something had to happen to them, what would we do? I can tell you what we'd do: a great big nothing. So let's go and have a look at our hole in the wall, see if there's anything going on there. How's the economics going there? The economy of the hole in the wall. I think that should become a thing. So last night when I drove through here, remember how we had this group of young guys sitting there drinking, and every second person wanted to sell me a cigarette or sell me a matchbox. So I don't even know why they're allowed to just loiter around here. So we're driving up here again past most likely the ugliest part of our country that I've seen. And we're going to go and check out the hole in the wall. There's the same oak again selling stuff out of the back of his vehicle. Right, so this has been quite a quick trip. Spa is busy again. That escalated quickly. But Spa, Checkers, Sugarloaf, Sugar Hill, they're all doing the responsible thing, right? They're all forcing the people to keep social distance. They're all allowing only a certain number of people in. So when you should keep this in mind, right? When you get to town, get to any of the shops, remember, it looks like there's a lot of people, but there's not, because they're all standing outside. The shop owners and the managers have been very, very good at this. They've only been allowing a certain amount of people into the stores at any one time, so as to stick to the rules, right? Okay, so let's go check out our hole in the wall. This could be quite exciting considering it's quite a... Hey, here's a graveyard. Why have I never seen that? Oh, I know why I've never seen it, because it's always full of streetwalkers and bloody taxis. That's interesting. Does anybody know what gravesite that is? Okay, we're approaching the hole in the wall. Let's see. This taxi rank is very busy today. Alright, the hole in the wall is vacant today. But Crossings is busy. A lot of taxis. Come on, anytime now. Okay, yeah, no, this taxi rank is quite busy. But again, like, I can't see how people can stand underneath the structures that was constructed here by the municipality when there's so much crap under it. All these rickety little tables. This oak here has decided that screw this. This circle is now going to become my parking. Yeah. Okay, I want to go and have a look at this graveyard. I want to see if we can see it. Please, guys, if any of you know any history of any of these places that I'm driving through, please let me know. I always read the comments afterwards when I get home. My amazing team also read the comments and keep track of what's said, and we analyze it and all of that. But I would also like to be involved in the conversation. So please, guys, if you know any of the history of any of these places, I would really love to know. You know, people have this idea also sometimes that a journalist or an editor, we know everything. Right? I'm pretty good at 30 seconds and Trivial Pursuit, but there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. So please, it would be very interesting. I'm just saying, if you guys ever do have a 30 seconds tournament, get my number on the paper. I rent out my services as a 30-second partner. Okay, I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. I've got good references. Oh, sorry, camera slipped. Okay. Cemetery keys available at top 20 motors. But this cemetery looks like a vacant plot. And there's like car spares and stuff over there. Let's have a look at this. You guys want to come have a look quickly? Let's climb out the vehicle and have a look. Let's have a look. When last has this graveyard been cleaned? Wow. Guys, this is Tapelo Matlala, our municipal manager. If you are watching this, you and I need to talk about this. We need to do something about this. If the municipality doesn't have the manpower to do this, Bulletin will get a whole bunch of our people together. I'm sure that my viewers, a lot of them will come and join us. Let's clean up this graveyard. This is unacceptable. This is very sad, guys. That's very sad. That's history there. And you know, a lot of our history has been allowed to fade. It's even been erased out of our children's school books. We cannot allow it to happen here. There's this myth that our history doesn't matter. Well, I believe it does, and I'm proud of my history. Not all of it, but I'm not the reason why most of that history happened, so I'm not ashamed of it. You can't blame me for something that happened before I was even born. But those people lying in those graves built this town. So I'm going to speak to our municipal manager and see if we can do anything. I know that I can come and push on a whole lot of your buttons as well when the time comes for us to do a project there and fix up that graveyard. I believe it's more important to fix that graveyard than fence in a children's park. You can spend the money that you want to spend on colorful palisades and signboards and come and do something here and fix up this cemetery. Speaking of which, I heard that there was a burst pipe at that Tzaneen Park. I think we should go and check that out quickly while I make my way to Sugar Hill. Guys, that was a very upsetting. That was extremely upsetting, and I think that we really should do something about it. This whole community can jump on board and go and paint fences and swings. I'm sure we can go there and fix up a part of our history. That's not supposed to be that way. Just give me a moment.
No, 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 no.
Okay, so here we have that burst pipe. I received some videos from a bunch of our readers about water that's flowing, and here they are busy fixing it. And the water was flowing through here today or last night, and so the municipality jumped on board it. I spoke to the municipal manager myself this morning. He was aware of it, and yeah, they're fixing the problem. It was a burst pipe. I don't know how it happened during the night, but it happened. Okay, so in front of you is the famous Tzaneen Park. I have not made any secret of the fact that I did not support putting a fence around this park. I still stick to that statement. I think that the fact that you feel unsafe does not make it unsafe. There has never been an incident of children running into the road and getting hit by vehicles. There's never been an incident of people being robbed, mugged, stabbed, murdered.